So this episode is going to be about OnlyFans, right? So I think OnlyFans really expose human nature, right? If you look at it's when I say human nature, I'm talking about like the sexual dynamics of things and the ability and inability to transmute sexual energy, right? On both sides, right? So like a man, so let's just take a woman, right? So a woman, her basic value is her looks, right? So if a woman can get paid with her looks, where does that come from? You see what I'm saying? Because online, I'm talking about online, right? You know me, like I used to work, I worked as a marketing director for an escort agency. So I've modeled for escorts, right? Not OnlyFans girls. Like it's a difference between the escort and the OnlyFans girl. Like an OnlyFans girl, she doesn't even have to meet up with a guy. She's pretty much profiting off a profile picture. You know what I'm saying? Because from a profile picture stems a conversation. So it's like, and from there, there's a funnel, right? So you see picture, big picture, profile picture, conversation, hit button, conversation, right? And from that point, that's what I'm saying. Like it really exposes the sexual dynamics of things. And not only that, but it exposes human nature. Because it's like, how can a woman make money with her body or just a picture of her body without a man physically thinking in his head, she's worth this much, so I'm going to give her this, right? Because if that doesn't happen, there's no money to be made, right? Unless you have ads, so they can make money off ads, they can make money off of, but that's not going to be a significant amount. It'll never top the amount that a woman can get for like a direct deposit, right? Or a transfer. It'll never top that. The advertisement would never top that. Why? Because women, they don't give a fuck about no advertisement. It's like their brains are not even focused on advertisement. It doesn't have that. I'm not going to say it doesn't have the capacity. It's just not. That's a snowball. They don't give a fuck about snowball because they focus on casino. And there is no casino because it's her body, right? So she already sees the value in it if she can take a photo and there's fucking thousands of dudes inboxing them. So basically they're turning the table. She's turning the table. She's like, okay, if all of these simp guys see this much value in me just because I have a picture, like that's it. Like you can lift 300 pounds. You can outthink me. You can outrun me. You can do all of this shit. But when I post a picture, you're still going to offer me $1,000. But you can do all this amazing shit, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why I say OnlyFans exposes like the dynamics of things. You know me, like I go to somewhere and I'm just looking around like, okay, she's beautiful. Okay, he's there for that reason. What is he doing? He's just sitting there. He's not accomplishing nothing. He's just sitting with a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big reason I became an entrepreneur. Because I'm like, why the fuck would I go work for this person? You know what I'm saying? Why would I go work for this person if I have the ability to see through what they're doing? That's why I became a data guy, even data, right? Like data is the most interesting shit because Data shows you what people are really thinking, even if they don't think that they're thinking that. It outthinks the person. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of data. That's why I love digital marketing. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. Like that's why like OnlyFans girls, they're not impressive to me, but the concept is impressive and what the result of what's happening is impressive. It's the dynamics that make it impressive and like the creation of it, right? Because with Instagram or Snapchat, right? Or even or Tinder or even a dating app, right? A girl can't exchange money through that. They have to send a PayPal or they have to send, or can you send me a ACH or can you send me a direct deposit or something? Like there's no Snapchat, button that says pay girl, right? You see what I'm saying? Like Instagram, you can't get on Instagram and be like, oh, here's a button where I can send girl money, right? But OnlyFans is like, yes. That's why it exists. Because there was no other way you could directly send girls money like that. Well, they could. Well, like that's just terminology. Like when you run an escort agency, guys who pay girls are called they, right? Like that's the terminology we use. They. And we even say customers, right? Customers, they, right? So it's funny. Like, and I was working as that. I was running Shopify stores when I was doing that work too. I was just taking the money and I was just investing in Google ads and all that. That's how I learned. And I would take on little clients here and there. So that's how I got a job as an escort marketing agency, because I'm like, this is the easiest thing to sell. All I gotta do is just put up a picture and guys just run right through. And I got a house full of like 5 girls. So a house full of 5 girls, take all their pictures, boom, 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 boom. And you could just rotate the pictures and you got another girl come in. And the guys, they don't even fucking know, like, oh, this girl, she's pregnant, but I'm going to give you her picture and then send a different girl. Like, they don't care. That's why I say perversion is destroying the youth. Like, I'm like, damn, this shit is crazy. I'm like, this is craziness. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm thinking, like, the first thing I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Maybe there has to be other guys that's like me, because there's escort agencies all over this world. So I can't be the only one, like, with this, doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was like I guess you could call it a red pill moment. I was like, wow, I would never pay a girl ever again. When I experienced that shit, I was like, no. Like, I'll never do that shit again. Like, I'll never do it, because when they become they, you are just you, and then you just on the other side. From that point, like, you're scarred for life, because you just go somewhere and you be like, oh, I wonder if she's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's craziness. I mean, it's crazy, you know? So I just get on the plane and I just look around like, I look online, it's like, oh, OnlyFans girls make $500,000 a month. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know why. Like, I know why. And it's like crazy. It's like, in the only way, you can't make that with advertisement. Like, a girl can't get on YouTube and be like, oh, she made 500,000 in YouTube views, right? That's why I respect women who have a skill. Like, I'm like, wow, and they're beautiful. I'm like, wow, you could have really just got on OnlyFans, and you know what I'm saying? But she didn't do that. She was like, I understand. She's coming from a different perspective. She's like, oh, well, those girls, they do this and do that. So she sees the back end of OnlyFans. because she's a developer or she's a she knows the technology of OnlyFans. She just didn't jump on that shit. That's respectable to me. That's what I find impressive. I find that type of shit impressive. But a girl that's just like, oh, I'm gonna get on OnlyFans, take a picture, and then inbox, and then like, no, that's basic. That's basic. It's basic. But it works. I'm not saying that shit don't make no money. I'm pretty sure there's like OnlyFans agencies now. It has to be like, I'm pretty sure like, what is it, 2022? Like 2020 or 2019? I'm pretty sure like every guy was like, oh, I'm just going to start a agency. All these guys is doing this. Like, and then the girls was like, you know what? I don't need you. And that's why OnlyFans blew up. But still, the guy who started the shit, but that's what I'm saying. OnlyFans really exposes the dynamics of men and women. It really exposes it a lot. A lot. And it had to stem off Instagram. Like, I'm pretty sure the person who owned OnlyFans, he was probably like, Instagram really shows how many men are thirsty for women for no reason. Let me throw no reason on there because, like, a woman, like, look at a man's page and look at a woman's page. It's like, it's like crazy. It's like they'll comment and like for no fucking reason. It's like, well, I guess it is a reason, but I don't understand. Like, why would you even waste your dopamine on that shit? Because that's all it is. Like, those girls can't be, like, reading and none of that shit. They can't be doing that. They probably take all those fucking photos and just have a data guy behind that shit and just have a funnel where they make the money. And then that's why Kardashians can do that shit. They can just get on camera and be beautiful. And that's it. That's why like, once I learned all this shit, I was like, there's no way I can watch TV. Like, I can't watch TV knowing all this shit. I can't watch TV. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. I'm like, wow. 1 million a month. And then it's crazy. SEO is real when all the girls, right? All the girls who made the most money, they always have a name that's easy to search online or something, right? So now they're learning SEO. They're learning copywriting through sex. You know what I'm saying? So that's transmutation, right? Like, if a girl doesn't know copywriting, and I told her, what the fuck is copywriting, right? She'd be like, what the fuck is copywriting? And then, but if I told her, oh, if your hashtag handle is easy for guys to search, then you will get more guys looking at your page. She'd be like, oh, okay. Boom. And that's copywriting, right? But she understands that because now I put the sexual dynamic into it. You see what I'm saying? But a guy will be like, yeah, I know, bro, or some shit. Some disrespectful shit, right? Because deep down he's searching for that shit. But he just, But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I say OnlyFans really exposed that shit. And I don't even think OnlyFans is really going hard with what they do. I think they could go way harder. Like, they could go way harder. Like, if they had, like, they could go even harder. Like even if their algorithm was could you imagine, like, OnlyFans with, like, a TikTok algorithm with shorts and all that shit? That shit would be crazy. And then, like, SEO, like, if they had, like indexing like Twitter or Pinterest with YouTube shorts or some shit with, like, a YouTube, like, theme, but with, like, TikTok algorithm and shit. That shit would be that shit would be crazy. That shit would be crazy. And you can pay the girl directly too. With all that shit, man, that shit would really fuck people up.